Welcome to a rainy but fresh day in Helsinki. We're here for the day and we're going to explore the capital of Finland. Are you ready, Em?
I'm ready. This is our second time in Helsinki. Last time it was freezing cold. So today we've got rain, but it's still going to be awesome. So let's go check out Helsinki, Finland. First things first is a coffee. We are at Roastery here in Helsinki. Now Helsinki and Finland in general has a huge coffee scene, so this city in itself is definitely right up Sean and I's street, and we will be trying multiple coffee shops, but we're starting here at Roastery because it actually has the roastery right behind me, so the beans should be really fresh. We've ordered 2 coffees and they're just about to arrive. That's really good. It's really strong. Did you get the dark roast?
Oh, that's got a kick. I think I've got a bit of hot water in that one.
You got a mild.
That's really good. We are here at Senate Square, right in the heart of Helsinki. In the winter, this square is filled with winter markets and lots of activity. Today, on a rainy day in Helsinki, it's a little bit quiet. We also have the governmental building behind me and the university. We're going to keep on walking now and head to the market.
We're very close to Market Square, and just behind me there is the old market, built in 1888, I think, right? Is that right, Sam?
Yeah, apparently it's Helsinki's first indoor market, but Sean doesn't quite believe that.
I don't believe that up until 1888 that there was no indoor markets.
Let's go inside and escape this windy, rainy Helsinki day.
Let's take a bit of shelter inside here.
Ooh!
Well, it might be an old market, but it's very snazzy and up to date.
And this one you have to pull.
That's one. Nice brass trimmings.
Oh wow, that is a strong smell of fish in here. That's cool, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
So we've got all of the names of the different shops above.
Looks very original in here.
It does.
Don't think much has changed. I think Feed Phil was in here, wasn't he, recently?
He was, and I think actually he said, one of them, that most of them have been here for like hundreds of years and they're still family owned, a lot of the fishmongeries, which is really cool. So let's go and see what we can find in the old fish market. So inside the market hall you can pretty much buy everything traditionally Finnish. So we've got like reindeer, salmon, I think there's even whale in here that you can get. Obviously we're not going to be trying any of those, but there is a really iconic coffee shop in the centre which we're going to go check out in a minute. We also have Nordic Caviar House as well. I just love walking through here. They feel so nice to be like with the locals. I know it's quite touristy in here now, but we actually came here nearly 4 years ago and had coffee in this coffee shop, so that's quite cool to relive those memories. We've got lights here in fishing wire as well. You've seen the lights in the fishing wire?
Oh yeah, they're
That's
nice.
really cool, isn't it?
Like crab baskets.
And here is the coffee shop that's in the centre. Let's head out and get some fresh air and take a look at the building from the outside.
There's the building from the outside, and we're just going to head over to the market square now, which is looking quite empty today. I don't think the market store goers have braved the weather today.
Next stop is lunch/breakfast. We are at Green Hippo, which is a bustling little cafe not too far from the coffee shop that we started at, and we have gone for the breakfast fodder bowls here, and also you get some coffee on the side just for an added €1 and avocado toast as well, which should do as well as we go and explore Helsinki this afternoon.
We've headed to the central shopping district to try and escape a little bit of this rain, but it's actually a really big city, Helsinki. There's a tram network that runs throughout it, lots of shops and stores here, and the buildings are quite foreboding and they seem to tower above you. Most of them are 5 or 6 stories high. But it's a very interesting city. It looks like it's built for the harsh conditions of winter, and also maybe the conditions when it's fully snowed up and you just want to escape the weather.
We're just walking on to the main street here in Helsinki. We're going to walk further up in the rain and get to the train station.
If you're flying into Helsinki, you're most likely going to begin your trip here at the train station. There's a direct link to the train station. It's quite convenient. Remember last time we were here, we were actually running to catch our train back to the airport as we left left it a little bit late.
Yeah, we did.
But the outside of the train station is also pretty impressive.
It is. It's in the Art Deco style, and it was started construction in 1919, but just before the First World War. But obviously, after that, it was put on halt and finished in around the 1920s sometime. But it is a beautiful, beautiful, kind of cool train station from the outside.
On rainy days like this, the cafes and restaurants do quite well. We sought refuge from the rain once more in this little bakery. It looks nice.
It does. We've got some Finnish cinnabuns that look delicious. I'm going to try mine right now.
You get the verdict.
Ooh. They're lovely.
That's a good one.
Even better when it's all like cold outside.
Yeah. We've already had 2 coffees today, so we can't really have any more. So we'll switch to tea to try and warm us up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you're looking at the map again now?
Yeah, we are, because we'll be leaving Helsinki tomorrow and then heading over to Estonia, to Tallin. So we need to book our ferry and also kind of look at the route to what we want to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the ferry or the port is very close to here, so we should be able to conveniently pop over. I think there's 3 ferries a day, one in the morning, one in the midday, and one in the evening. I think we'll go for the midday one, so we can at least have a chilled out morning here. Finland also famous for its saunas. There's one smack bang here in Helsinki just behind me there. They have a restaurant, a bar, a sauna, and you can take a dip in the sea afterwards. I think it's about 25 euros for 2 hours. I don't think we're going to go in there today, but perhaps something you might enjoy in the winter time when it's really cold.
So here we have the Helsinki Ferris wheel. It's 14 euros per person to ride on it, and you might be able to just about see one of the little pods is a different colour, and that is the VIP sauna pod, which is 250 euros for 30 minutes to go around in a Ferris wheel that's also a sauna. It is pretty cool, as you know, the Finnish are known for their saunas. A little bit of a gimmick, but extremely expensive.
Another one of Helsinki's landmark buildings just behind me there is this red brick church. You can climb the steps up here and it offers great views over the city and the main square over there. And just behind there is a little cafe that Em and I went to 3 or 4 years ago when we first came to Helsinki. So I think we'll probably go and pop there next, maybe just for a look. We can't have another coffee because we've had too many already. An area of Helsinki that we really like is down here by the harbour. These old warehouse buildings have all been converted into bars and cafes, and it's a little bit quieter here than the city centre, and it's got quite a good atmosphere, hasn't it?
It has, and you've also got great views out over to downtown, and you can also see some of the old boats. There's a steamboat here as well that a lot of people take a photograph of. And I think, well, I don't actually know what the plan is next, John, do you?
Not really. I mean, it's still raining, it's still quite windy. It's getting to late afternoon. Probably getting hungry again by this point.
Yeah, I think we need to find a place for dinner, and then I think we might go back to the hotel for an hour or so before we head out this evening to explore Helsinki at night.
Sounds good, yeah.
Next on our Helsinki tour, we're going to jump on a boat and head to the fortress, which is on an island. But first we need to buy tickets. So you need 2-day tickets for 1 day. They're 9 euros each. Hopefully we can jump on this boat. I think they come every 20 minutes, which is quite good.
Just heading inside the boat now. As Em said before, they go every 20 minutes, so there's no need to worry about catching the right one.
Let's go see what it's like inside the boat.
There's hundreds of little islands dotted around the shoreline. It reminds me of Kristiansand when we first entered Norway. One's got little houses on, but we're heading to the main big island over there to see the fortress. Pretty much the whole island here is walled and fortified. The fortress was built in the 18th century when Finland was still a part of Sweden. But in the early 19th century, I think 1808, the whole island was surrendered to the Russian forces.
So while you might think this is kind of a tourist island just for people to come and see the fortress, actually it has 800 residents, and in the winter, because it's surrounded by water that freezes, they actually build an ice road so people can walk across to the mainland or bicycle over, which I thought was a really interesting fact. We're going to head over now to the main part of the fortress and have a little look around the Maritime Museum.
Well, this was an unexpected surprise. They've got a U-boat here. Now, apparently this one was not part of the German Navy, however, was one of the early prototypes built a Finnish shipyard, but under the supervision of a German company. So I think it was an actual prototype. But I think we can go inside it too. Hello.
Hi.
Two people, please.
So it says submarine Vesco is one of the few preserved submarines to have survived the Second World War. The vessel is managed by the Military Museum and is open to the public during the summer. We go inside?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever been inside of a World War II submarine before, Sean?
I don't think, maybe in Liverpool actually. I think they've got one in Liverpool docks too.
Cool.
They are small, aren't they?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going
There's
to be
the
this.
torpedo loading hatch.
Can you see out? Wow. You can see out on it.
Yeah.
This must be where they slept.
I think so.
They're tiny beds. They
Not
must
bad
have been
actually.
tiny.
It's quite comfy, I think.
It says here that the food on the submarines was simple and nearly always the same. Crisp bread, canned foods and dry grub. The galley seamen, Ali's mess boys were responsible for the food on the vessel, and I guess this was the little kitchen that they had here. I'm guessing one of these is an oven or something. These old photographs. Officers enjoying a cup of coffee. And then through here, we'll have to ask Sean what this is. I'm not sure.
Towards the back of the U-boat is the engine room. It's two magnificent engines. It's not big at all here, but what a fantastic construction. And then that must be the captain's quarters at the back. Even after 5 minutes of being inside this U-boat, I'm happy to come outside. It must have been horrendous to stay in that for long periods of time. But it's really cool that you can kind of experience what they're like inside.
Yeah, that was awesome, Matt. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know a lot about them or what would be inside.
No, we were actually watching them on the telly not too long ago, weren't we?
Yeah,
There
we
was
watched
a
a
documentary.
on them. But now we're going to head to the Wartime Museum, which is just across the bridge.
And is included in the ticket to the U-boat. We're inside the military museum here. I didn't actually know that Finland had seen so much action in the past with its various conflicts. But the museum here is actually in an old munition store and houses a good collection of uniforms and a few vehicles and weaponry. It's quite an interesting place and you can learn a lot about the history of Finland here. That was a brief but enjoyable little visit to the island, wasn't it?
It really was. You can see why it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm guessing when it's blue and sunny, that place is absolutely stunning. But even on a grey and rainy day here in Helsinki, there was a lot to learn, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was still really interesting. So yeah, you could kill a lot of time there. We're heading back to the mainland now, to the city of Helsinki.
Yeah, it only takes 15 minutes on the boat, so that's great. You don't need a lot of time. So if you are only here for 24 hours like us, you can still do the trip out to the island.
Yeah, so are we getting hungry any time soon?
Yeah, I think it's time to find somewhere to have dinner.
Yeah, that'll probably conclude our little tour of the city, won't it?
Yeah.
Dinner tonight, back to the hotel, and then we're going to pack the bike up, ready for tomorrow. As we don't eat reindeer, elk, bears, whales, or any fish, there's no point in us going to a traditional Finnish restaurant. So we're going to go here instead. It is the Thai vegan kitchen, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I haven't checked the menu, we've got a reservation. So let's go and have dinner.
So we have ordered some delicious Thai food. We have a tea leaf salad with actual tea leaves on, which I'm interested to try, and a pea protein dish for Sean. These look really good, look at that. I'm gonna give that a try. It's got a spicy dipping sauce as well. Try it. Whoa, that's spicy. It's really tasty though, you're gonna love it, Sean. It looks like everything arrived at once, and I got a soy textured dish with rice, and Sean got a Beyond Burger dish with vegetables. It looks like got beans and cauliflower and rice. And let's try this, because this is pork styled meat. So, let's try. Wow, that's really scrummy.
Despite the rain, the cold and the wind, we've had a great day in Helsinki today, haven't we, Anne?
We have. It's been a really interesting day. Going over to the UNESCO World Heritage Site on the ferry was definitely the highlight for me.
Yeah, that was really cool to see that. Glad we had time to do that.
But we're just wandering back to the hotel now because tomorrow we have a really big day. We're heading to Estonia.
Yeah, we're catching the ferry, which is only about 10 minutes away from where we're staying. And I think our ferry is 10 o'clock tomorrow.
10 o'clock,
so
yeah.
we better be up at a decent time in order that we can get there and check in just in time. So that's goodbye from us to Helsinki, and join us on the next episode as we head to the Baltic states.